No, it was just weird.
Yes, another week, another Chatterbox. My name is Dan, and we haven't got a full crew with us on this one. Pete decided to sit this one out. I'm not sure if it's because he's scared of monsters or, well, yeah, he's scared of monsters. So today we are reviewing The Babysitter's Guide to Monster Hunting. And in the review seats, we've got the brother Sean.
Yo.
Obviously, it's the ladies' love, Andre.
How you doing?
Easy. And it's the OG, the main man, Des Wagwan G.
Well, looking for monsters, man. Looking for monsters. You know what I mean? Hunting them down.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Get it out, bro. Pow.
Oh, I just love the fact that P didn't watch it because he's scared of monsters, man. What a guy. Anyway, A Babysitter's Guide to Monster Hunting. It's a 2020 American family horror film directed by Rachel Talalay and distributed by Netflix. The film was written by Joe Ballerini and is based on his three-part book trilogy of the same name. It stars Tom Felton, India Moore, Tamara Smart, and Una Lawrence. The story follows a babysitter named Kelly Ferguson, who must embark on a mission to find the child in her care, who has been kidnapped by the boogeyman. During this mission, she discovers that a secret society of children protecting babysitters exists, as do an entire world of monsters which she must fight. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a warning here. It's a kids' film. So we're not kids. We're probably not the best people to review this one, but we gave it a go. And I think a couple of us got our kids to watch it as well. So we could better understand whether this is going to be relatable, understandable, and enjoyable viewing for our young people. Now, guys, before we explore the film in more detail, was this movie a hit or a miss for you?
It was a miss. Very forgettable film.
I'm going to have to go with a hiss. You know my style. Not a hit, not a miss. Hiss.
This film for me, it was a miss, but I watched this with my son and he seemed to enjoy it. So, I guess I'm probably down the middle.
They had the task of establishing a world of monsters and other magical beings. Was that a mission accomplished for you? Could you suspend your disbelief?
You know what? Yes, I did. I'm easy with that, though. I love fantasy and stuff like that. So I could easily believe the world. I just didn't care about it. It was, nothing for me. So, yeah.
For me, bearing in mind, I was sitting there watching it with my boy and I could see he was quite into it. To be honest with you, but yeah, no, I a bit like Hundra, I just couldn't really get down with it. I was watching it. You know what I think it was? I didn't really like the main villain, and I think sometimes with some of these films, you really need to have a good character for the villain in order for it to for people to believe in it. And I just felt like I wasn't there with that journey because I just didn't like him really. And it was a little bit cheese, but again, being as young as I am, it just probably didn't relate for me.
The monsters themselves were just like minions. That's what it reminded me of. And I thought at some point through the film, I was going to see some Despicable Me characters, some other ones as well. And yeah, it's a cross between Monsters, Inc. and a little bit of Beetlejuice, because the boogeyman just reminded me of Beetlejuice, and I'm talking like days old, man. Boogeyman, we used to be scared of him, but when you look like this now, even the kids ain't even scared of him.
Yeah. But then, Des, obviously, I know you like this type of film more, but don't you think, for example, in the opening scene where the main girl was, being attacked, well, I wouldn't say attacked, but she was being ambushed by this boogeyman, and his hands come around the door to sort of open it to come out of her cupboard, and it looked quite sinister. I don't know if you remember it. It had that feeling of like something really sinister about to happen, and then as the film went on, it just got so comical. It was just kind of like it didn't quite work. It geared you up, like I don't know.
I agree with you. No, you're right. Because when I saw the hands coming out, I'm thinking, oh my gosh. And then when he did come out, and as the film progressed, I was thinking, are you serious? Is that the worst part that we've seen? Is that the scariest part we've seen?
Yeah.
So you're 100% right, in my opinion, because I felt the same thing.
Yeah, I definitely got a feeling with this film that, like, see, I haven't read the book, but I just felt like there was elements of many other stories that we've seen before in it. Now, for young people, they won't have heard them stories, they won't have seen them stories, and they probably won't have read those stories. We have, so that stood out for us. And I get what you mean about the minions. I thought that as well. I got that about Beetlejuice. I felt like that as well. And it kind of ruined the film for me, because constantly I was looking for the next cliche thing. But I reckon young people will definitely not notice that as much as we will, and it's not focused on us. Rachel Talale is a well-established director. She's directed episodes of Doctor Who, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and American Gods. So no stranger to the world of fantasy. How do you think she did with the direction of this film?
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely got experience under her belt, man. She's an old girl at this, you know what I mean? So I think she did quite well. Known, like you said, for producing and directing a lot of these mini TV shows or particular episodes. But what I've noticed as well, she's never done like full series. She's always done like episodes here and episodes there. Like on Doctor Who, it was a few episodes, or maybe up to like 3 episodes. She's got the skills, she's got the abilities, and she's sticking to the films that she kind of knows. It's almost like the adventures and girl power. She seems to be into that. I mean, I like the way that she also refers to like a host of historical figures who were the order of the babysitters, so to speak. You know, and it's inspiring for young girls, because the people that she mentioned, like Rosa Parks, they even mentioned as well, who was supposed to be the babysitter. Really inspiring. So I was thinking, if they're looking at all babysitters now, I was wondering if Killer Queen was going to come out in this and maybe just do a little cameo appearance. I was a little bit gutted not to see her, man, because that would have just spun everything round on his head. I thought that would have been funny. I also think that the role of Tamara Smart kind of was loosely played by the director, because she was a mathematician, Tamara was a mathematician, you know, and some of the things that she's experienced probably just threw loosely into the particular film, just to add a little bit more to this girl's character.
What were the highlights for you guys on this film?
Look, I try to be as nice as possible with things, and I always try to see the positive in movies and TV shows, and I can say like the crew, they done well, obviously the director, like the special effects and stuff like that. But the highlight was when it was over, because I barely remember anything, to be honest. Like, it just wasn't good for me. But I'm not a kid, so maybe it is just for kids. I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I didn't like it.
I don't know. There were a few moments in the film which I enjoyed, but nothing really stood out to me. Nothing excited me. I'll ask my daughter later and say to her, what stood out in that film for you? She'll probably say something like, when I saw some blood. She's my daughter. We love blood. Anyway, they had a lot of humor in the dialogue. Well, you could call it humor for some people. Did it work for you? Was it humorous for you?
No, it was just weird. It wasn't funny. Like, I knew when they were trying to hit those beats of humor, but I was not laughing. So there.
I don't actually remember my son laughing at any point during watching this film, and my son watches a lot of things online on the internet, a lot of different films, and I hear him laughing all the time. And yeah, there was nothing in this one, and I mean, from my impression, this is reaching out to kids, or it's supposed to be appealing to kids. So I'm not quite sure why he wasn't laughing. I get me not laughing and not finding it funny, but should he not have been laughing? I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know either, bro. I don't know. I think I've laughed more in this review than I did watching the film. And if the humor wasn't getting to your son, then boy, I don't know. Now, I'm about to go on a little bit of a stretch here, so bear with me. But there's been a lot of successful book adaptations to the big screen, such as, now here's the stretch, Harry Potter and the Hunger Games movies. Do you think this trend will continue, or is it likely to die out? Maybe not so much with this film, but just in general.
Yeah, I think there's more scope for these to continue, adaptations to continue. But in my opinion, young people now, they're not really reading books. So young kids, they're just going on YouTube, they're going on Netflix, they're going on, I call it APV or Amazon Prime Video, or even vape videos at Amazon Prime Entertainment. You know what I mean? When kids, back in the day, kids used to go libraries to borrow books. But no one's doing that now. They're just pushing a button and everything is at their fingertips. There's even Audible books now. So that's the only reason they probably are going to do, rather than pick up a physical book and read it. So more adaptations are coming out and it's going to hit the screens because young people need that visual stimulation and it adds to their screen time anyway.
Des, you got to pitch for a job with Amazon, like, or a branding company. You know, as I call it, PV. Sometimes I like to call it vape. My guy, that was a proper sales pitch. I like that. Come on, this is not just here for the reviews. He's here for the piece. So Amazon, get a boy.
Yeah, Chatterbox make the money, man.
Trust me. Now, like, you don't have to go into detail, but did any of the characters stand out? Did you have any favorite characters?
No favorite characters. I'm being. I don't want to say it again, but I'm being honest.
Me, obviously, we got Tamara. She's used to be the children's BBC as well. She's been in The Worst Witch, Are You Afraid of the Dark? She's a British actor. And I think she did an okay role. You know, she's come out with an American twang. And I think she's done well. This is her little baby now. So she's done a few things in the past. And she's coming up. And I think we need to watch this space for these youngers that are coming up now, especially the British talent or the British young actors that are coming up. And they're going places. And, you know, she lives in Enfield as well, or is it Barnet? I think yeah. So definitely watch this space for her, man. She's an up and coming talent.
Oh, actually, I think you know the monster, the one that they had in the lab, and they was like, I don't know, trying to dissect him or something. Maybe he was the best character. I'm not sure.
He gave jokes, man. He's got jokes though.
I'm just saying that.
I'm not saying like the acting was bad. Actually, the acting was quite good given the script and storyline they had to work with, and that's it. I found the story, the cinematography wasn't bad. It was just a little bit slow. Now, the running time of 1 hour 34 minutes, talking about being slow, do you feel like that was the right amount of time given, or would you have made it shorter?
Yeah, definitely made it shorter. It's horrible.
Yeah, it could have ended a lot sooner. 70 minutes, 60 minutes, 65 minutes, definitely.
Yeah, I did feel like I got to a point in the movie where I was, is this gonna end soon? Because like, I don't know, I need to like go and wash my hair or something. You know what I mean? Now, the film, as I mentioned before, is based on a book trilogy. Would you like to see the second?
I personally would not. But for the kids, if they like it, if they want to see it, go ahead. I will not be watching anything else from that book.
I reckon there's definitely going to be a series of the Monster Hunters, man. A group of people just want to just tour the world, going into different dimensions and getting rid of monsters. I mean, look at how they do with Monsters Inc. as well. Come on, we need something that's humorous as well, or for the young kids, man.
Des, I just want to say I really like your enthusiasm about this film. But, I mean, for me, if they're going to do any other, films in relation to this story, I really hope, the writer or the person who's going to be doing the screenplay can get one of the monsters from Lovecraft Country and maybe chuck that in there, because that's the only way that I think this is going to do anything for me.
I think young people would love to see another episode, but obviously I don't think we're excited for the next monster hunting. Not something I'm going to be excited for, like Lovecraft, as you mentioned. Now, one of the most important parts of our show is the rating, but I'm guessing these guys might not want our rating.
I'm gonna give it a 2-star.
1 star.
1 star.
People worked hard, so I'm going to give it 2 stars, just on the basis for the people who worked hard to try and make that film get out there, get on Netflix with everything that's going on. It's nice to have a good kids film out there that a lot of people can get into. It's Halloween. It's going to get a lot of views anyway, and there's a good chance that we're going to see the rest of them. Let's just hope they keep it up and make it better as they go on. I'd love to hear what you guys thought of it. Did you enjoy it? Did you watch it with your kids? Did they get scared? Did they find it funny? Let us know what you and your family thought if you watched that film. Also, don't forget while you're there to hit that subscribe button. There's a little bell on the side that gives you notifications so you know when our latest reactions, reviews, and just conversations are up on YouTube. Now, my name's Dan. We've obviously got some of the team here today. I'll start with the bro Sean.
Yo.
Ladies love Andre.
Yeah.
Show me how you get down. It's the OG them. It's the OG them. Come on, Des.
Oh, happy monster hunting.
Right,
Don't get
peace and love,
nightmares,
people.
man.
Peace and love. Don't get nightmares. Happy Halloween when it comes. And make sure you hit us up on them socials. Peace.